Father Dennis Baker of the Society of Jesus, President of Xavier High School, will now offer his closing remarks on behalf of Xavier High School.
Good afternoon. Once again, I extend my welcome to our members of the Board of Directors, our distinguished guests from many different places, my colleagues in education, the many staff members and workers, families and friends, Speaker Anastasio, and of course, the class of 2017. You may have noticed in these exercises that I have not been referred to as director, but as president. I want to tell you why, and the reason has a great deal to do with what we are doing here today. Yesterday, the Board of Directors voted to change the title of the head of Xavier High School from director to president. The reason for this change is due to our new status as a member of the Jesuit Schools Network, also known as the JSN. The Jesuit Schools Network, which we joined this past year, is a collection of 84 Jesuit elementary and high schools in the United States, Canada, the Caribbean, and Central America. We are the only school in all of the Pacific to be a member of this conglomerate of elite schools. That means there is no Jesuit school anywhere else in Micronesia but here. There is no Jesuit school on Guam, or in Hawaii, or in Fiji, or in the Cook Islands either. There is no other Jesuit school in this vast ocean that we call home, other than right here on Mabuchi Hill. And since the heads of all the other Jesuit Schools Network schools are called presidents, the board felt that we should use the same title as they. Graduates, I do not tell you about this change because I feel the need to be called something else. My time at Xavier will not last forever, just as yours has not. So the new title will carry on well after my time here is done as well. I tell you this as an example of how you have joined a group of men and women the world over. You are now graduates of a Jesuit school. You have joined a network that carries a great deal of influence in many different circles. Even if you did not realize it, your attendance of a Jesuit school was instrumental in your college applications and acceptances. Colleges and universities look at Jesuit schools differently. But why? What is so different about a Jesuit education? Yes, we've been told over and over and over again that Xavier is the best school in Micronesia. When people say that, they're almost always referring to the fact that we attract the best students, provide them with the finest teachers, give them tremendous help in finding good colleges, and hunt high and low to locate and beg for scholarships for our alumni to attend those colleges and universities. But I have news for you, and I hate to burst your bubble. And it is not about the nearly $4 million in the many merit-based scholarships you receive from colleges and universities. A Jesuit education is not about academic excellence alone. People look at all the community service we do. People note how Jesuit schools send their students out to areas that need help. Every school in the Jesuit Schools Network has a Christian service component requirement, and as a member school, we are no different. We know that CCSPs are part and parcel to life here, just as they are to any other Jesuit school. But I have news for you, and I hate to burst your bubble. A Jesuit education is not about community service either. What links all these schools all over the world together isn't the fact that we are fine academic institutions or that we do community service. What links us together is a common notion of who God is. Jesuit schools strive to instruct students that God is real and personal. Furthermore, and perhaps more importantly, Jesuit schools strive to show everyone, from the newest freshman to the most mature senior, even to the newest graduate, to the cooks and maintenance people, to every teacher, that God is not high off in the clouds like some mystical old man moving us around the world like a wizard. God is not in the depths of the sea. That is not the way that God is at all. A Jesuit education strives to show us that God is with us, here and now, in the nitty-gritty of life. God labors with students and teachers in the classroom. God labors with the cooks. God is with the guys who cut the grass and drive the buses and flatbeds. God is with Nanette and Christine and Inta as they run the business office. God is with Ricky too, as he proctors the dorm. God is with Mr. and Mrs. Carl as they sacrifice so much, not for themselves, but for everybody else. And I know for sure that God has been with me this year, as I returned to Xavier after 11 years, and is welcome back as though I had never left. God is with all of us, and Jesuit schools show us that time and time again. Graduates, from now until the day you die, you will find a common bond in other men and women all over the world who also graduated from Jesuit schools. It's a pretty cool network to be a part of. But it is not a network that is defined by academic achievement or by altruism. There are lots of schools who are great academic institutions and do incredible things for their communities, but also have purposefully removed God from their schools' lives. Jesuit schools are exactly the opposite. At the heart of each Jesuit school is the knowledge that we are nothing without God, and God's very Spirit is infused into everything we do. Jesuit schools all over the world know this, and we are blessed enough to be one. Finally, I have a challenge for the class of 2017. Listen well. Xavier has given you so much. I want you to consider how you plan on giving back to Xavier. Think back on your time here. How many teachers from Micronesia did you have? I know there were very few. I know that most of your teachers were from very far away, just as most of your teachers are today. Who, from this class, is going to come back here with the very expensive and precious educations you're about to continue in college to teach the future generations of Micronesians? Mr. Carl is one of the few native islanders to be principal. Who will be next? Who will be the first Xavier president from Micronesia and not from New York? I hope and I pray that these roles will be filled by one of you, or perhaps in the classes shortly after you. Do not look to foreigners to continue to make this school great. Micronesians can do it, and I dare say that it should be the majority of you who actually do it. And I ask you to take up the challenge. I challenge you to answer the Christian call to service and give back to the place that has given you so much. Finally, class of 2017, thank you. Thank you for doing what it takes to join the ranks of Xavier alumni, as well as the ranks of Jesuit schools all over the world. You certainly have stolen the show. It's time to go out, join your fellow alumni of these God-centered schools, and set the world on fire. Congratulations, we're very proud of you, and may God bless you for all time.